you have Khalil Rountree Jr. versus Azamat Murzakanov. This is going to be a banger for as long as it lasts. Uh, Khalil Rountree, 12-5. He is 4-1 his last five, coming off of that decisive KO victory over Chris Dawkins. He's fighting against Azamat Murzakanov, 13-0, coming off that decision victory over Dustin Jacoby, both around the same age. Khalil Rountree is going to be the bigger fighter here with a longer reach as well. Odds for this fight right now, we have Azamat at a minus 194. He opened up at a minus 275. At one point, he was also a plus 130 underdog. So some wild line movement right now, right? So this might be a highly volatile fight here. Alex, I'll let you break down this light heavyweight fight right here. What do you think about Roundtree versus Mirzakhanov here?
So when I broke down like these two fighters, like right away, I just noticed that both these guys tend to gas out and fade towards the later rounds. Um, in my eyes, I feel like Roundtree's the scarier guy in the first round. I just think he throws, harder, like looping shots. But, part of me just wants to go with the Russian, when in doubt, go Russia. But like, I don't know if this guy's chin has been tested yet, is the thing. Like he Azamat hasn't fought like a Roundtree type fighter.
Right.
Um, and Roundtree has that 5-inch reach advantage, so I mean that's something too. He'll probably hit harder in the pocket. So I mean this is a fight that I'm not that comfortable in. Maybe looking at the over and hedging with the Roundtree first round KO. I don't know, like what I'll need to assess, probably like look at a bit more tape. But as of right now, no play. I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a pretty volatile fight, and that's what the odds and the line movement have kind of showed, right? Like, doesn't matter. He opened up at a minus 275, and he was all the way to a dog at plus 130. Now he's at minus 194. So who knows what direction this fight's going to go. Roundtree, he's the classic all hammer, no nail kind of fighter, right? I feel like he is live to KO anybody that he's facing as long as he's the one who is kind of dictating the style and the pace of the fight, right? When he's not dictating the style, he can get himself KO'd really easily. For example, if you guys saw his fight against Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker just like clinched him up and just like Muay Thai elbowed this guy and KO'd him really quick. So like that was an example of him just being a pretty bad nail. But he has many examples of him being a pretty good hammer. The thing that I like about Roundtree is that he does come forward, bully with his power Muay Thai kind of shots, devastating body kicks when his opponents are hurt on the ground. Those are just satisfying to watch sometimes because a lot of people don't do that. And I like he does do that because it kind of separates him, kind of shows some good fight IQ, in my opinion, of doing that when their opponents are on the ground. Just kick them straight to the body with his devastating kicks. Uh, he does have zero takedowns in, I think, all of his UFC fights. So he's not really a grappler per se. Decent takedown defense, but not the best. Azamat right now is going to be the quicker, I believe, more. He also has devastating power as well, but he is going to be a bit undersized here at 205. He does overcome this with his movement and technique and whatnot. He also has a knockdown all of his UFC fights so far. So I also agree with you that he he hasn't fought someone like a Khalil Roundtree with that power, right? And if we are doing MMA math, I mean, Khalil Roundtree had a close split decision victory over Dustin Jacoby, and I believe that Azamat won like a 29-28 over Dustin Jacoby there. So this might be a closer fight than people probably think. I think the odds might be a little wide right now, to be honest. Just because of that, I'm going with Roundtree by KO or decision. I think that he's pretty live as a dog. I'm leaning towards KO right now. Azmat does have a path to victory if he uses his wrestling because he does have a wrestling background skill set. I think he landed a takedown Justin Jacoby in his last fight, but he rarely does use the wrestling. And a lot of people forget that Azamat, if you guys watch his fight against Stefan Chukwi, he was losing that fight. Like so, he was losing that fight. Then he came out with a highlight like knee KO. So this guy easily could have lost that fight. Had been like 13 or 12-1 right now, and he's facing I think the most dangerous guy that he's about to face in the UFC so far. So I'm going Roundtree as a live dog here. I want to see the face off, see how they look. But right now, my pick is Roundtree. Potential good dog play right now, in my opinion.